Welcome back inside the Now Morning Show. Hope you're having a great morning so far. Guess what? September is the month of sports eye safety. And this morning, I want to welcome resident in ophthalmology at the Trinidad Eye Hospital and CVRS, Dr. Vikash Badasee. He joins us via Zoom this morning to chat a little bit about sports eye safety this month. Good morning to you, Dr. Badasee.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Nice to
How are you
have
doing
you.
this morning?
I'm good.
All right, so tell me exactly what Sports Eye Safety Month is all about.
Well, Sports Eye Safety Month is generally just to raise awareness about the complications or the possibilities of injuries that you can face while playing sports
Mm-hmm.
and how we can prevent them as well. We all know that we in the CPL season, cricket season, and also the football seasons around the world is now starting. So a lot of people they kind of more inclined to play sports. So we just want to raise awareness to help some people out.
All right, so tell me some of the common types of eye injuries that athletes and even fans, sports enthusiasts, people who playing for fun. What sort of
Yeah.
common eye injuries can happen?
Well, sports eye injury could affect any part of the eye. Some of the more common injuries you face is when you play sports with objects such as like balls, so cricket, footballs, basketballs, and as well as just other athletes. The impact of another athlete, this running to you or something, you can always have the risk of eye injury. And it can affect many different structures in the eye from front to back. So the front nose structure, we call it cornea, where it's like the clear window to the eye. You can be struck by a ball. It can cause an abrasion, a cut. You can actually get problems in the back of the eye and sensitive layers called the lens of the eye or the retina of the eye, where they can become misplaced or displaced or damaged. And when these things happen, they're kind of permanent vision problems sometimes.
Ah, very, very interesting. Now, in terms of like actual data, do we have data that supports, what sort of sports have different eye-related injuries in particular?
Well, unfortunately, in Trinidad locally, we don't have any exact data,
Mm-hmm.
but we know that in the US, there's approximately 30,000 eye-related injuries due to sports. The thing is, 90%, almost 90 to 95% of them are very preventable with the proper eye care and eyewear. But these things, they happen more commonly in children, surprisingly, at the age of 11 to 15 years.
Right.
Yeah.
And that in that age group, is it all sports or is it specific sports that stand out in particular?
Well, they are all sports have a risk, but the main sports are like the contact sports or the sports that requires instruments or objects such as
Right.
football, basketball, and well, American rugby.
All right. I want to just go off a little bit here because you were just talking about, of course, the heat that's going on now, right? Does the sun
Yeah.
also, an overexposure to the sun, does that affect your eye health and your eyes and stuff like that long term?
Yeah, yes, it does. It does. UV exposure, in particular, from the sunlight itself. And we know with sports, a lot of these sports are outdoors, so you have a lot of time, a lot of minutes in the sun. The
Yeah.
sun can actually damage sensitive parts of the eye, such as the cornea. You can predispose you to developing something we call a pterygium, which is a fleshy root onto the eye itself, and it can cause things like dry eyes, itching, scratching of the eyes, redness of the eyes. So yeah, the sun as well plays an important role
Yeah.
in
So then
sports. Yeah.
how effective is wearing protective eyewear then?
Yeah, it's actually shown that wearing the appropriate eyewear for the appropriate sports does reduce the chances of eye injury by a significant amount. We don't have the exact figures, but things like in cricket where you see these guys wearing the helmets with the cages. We've all seen some videos where a ball is coming directly to one of the cricketers' face, and because that they wear a helmet, it actually stops it. So you can
Yeah.
imagine the force of that cricket ball hitting the eye, causing
Hmm.
fractures, as well as wearing goggles and also wearing shades, in particular polarized glasses, in terms of protecting the UV light from the sunlight.
So those things aren't just for style and fun then. They actually serve a actual
No,
real purpose.
yeah, it does a very, very important purpose. Yeah.
Are there any sports in particular where wearing eyewear is crucial, you would say? Like everybody
Yeah,
should be wearing eyewear for this sport.
Yeah, and especially cricket, especially hardball cricket. You
Mm,
see some of these guys, they bowl these balls at miles per hour, coming directly at you, sometimes right directly at your face.
yeah.
So yeah, definitely cricket, and I know the culture in Trinidad and the Caribbean as a whole. Cricket is one of the most, well, it's the most popular sport. And yeah, wearing a helmet with a proper cage is very, very important.
Okay. Can you advise people who might be a professional athlete, you might say taking a sweat match or a fet match, in the afternoon after work or on weekends, as the case may be. What advice would you give them in terms of, just maintaining good eye health and taking care of their eyes in general?
Yeah, so the first thing I would advise on is just know your limits. Know your limits and know the people around you. Be aware of your surroundings. Always pay attention to, especially if it's cricket or if it's football. Just the best advice is just be aware. Be aware of what is around you and the people around you. So if someone's coming at you, step aside. Don't try to go in front. Be a hero and put yourself in danger in case you get an elbow to the eye or something like that. If you play cricket, especially if it's hardball cricket, again, wear your helmets. And simple as if you play a lot of sports outside, if you so like simple as badminton or tennis or golf, and there's a lot of sunlight, wear your shields is very, very
Yeah.
important.
A quick question, Doc. The polarized glasses and sunglasses that you were talking about before, that would also help with glare and reflection?
Correct. Yeah, it does help a lot with glare and reflection, and that will also allow you to concentrate more on your surroundings and prevent further eye damage from a trauma or impact. So yeah, that's good.
All right. Well, Dr. Badasee, let me thank you so much for joining us this morning and for sharing some of this information as we could celebrate Sports Eye Health Eye Safety Month all September long.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure.
All right. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah.
That is Dr. Vikash Badasee, resident in ophthalmology at the Trinidad Eye Hospital and CVRS, just sharing some safety tips with us as we celebrate the month of Sports Eye Safety here in the Now Morning Show. Let's take a quick break and come back with more. Stick around.